Odell Beckham Sr., okay, who is a great follow on Instagram, I am just learning. Incredibly attractive OG dude, okay, who is on Insta. Now, granted, the video he posted that we were going to talk about was sideways and wrong, and it wasn't necessarily as technologically sound as you would think for a guy of his prowess on Instagram. Right. I mean, he is in there. He posts a video of Odell Beckham Jr. being wide open and Baker Mayfield clearly not throwing him the ball. Then there is a comment underneath that video from Young Mufasa 7 says, no matter what anyone says, I can tell Baker just doesn't want to get Odell the ball. He can have all the excuses in the world, but it shows. He just genuinely doesn't want to give Odell the ball, and when he does, it's usually in bad situations to make it look bad on Odell. Either he's hating on Odell, or he just doesn't want him shining for real, for real. Ooh. You can't tell me otherwise at this point. Odell Beckham Sr. replies to the reply, green check mark, green check mark, green check mark. Oh. So all the things you were thinking, Young Mufasa 7, Odell Beckham Sr. is agreeing with. So that then has to lead you to the question, if OBS, is saying this is a bunch of BS, what do you think OBJ's saying about the treatment from Baker in Cleveland on trade deadline day? He's owed money this year, not owed any money next year. It would be a big payday for whoever would be trading for him. Maybe bring some life back into him, which LeBron James said, hey, free OBJ. OBJ will show again why he's special. WR1, hashtag free OBJ from King James, who's from the Cleveland area. Oh. He's from that. He's a Cowboys fan. I think he's potentially a Rams fan now as well.
Browns fan.
Browns fan, potentially whenever. I think he likes Baker, but he's even coming out free. OBJ. It's getting loud, AJ. How is it in Ohio? Is OBJ out of Cleveland? That's quite a price. Somebody's going to have to pay for it, but allegedly the Browns aren't in on it at all.
Well, I certainly think this is not going to help his case in Cleveland. The fact that his dad is doing all this and co-signing on whatever Young Mufasa was saying, there's no way Baker is deliberately trying to sabotage Odell. That was
Young Mufasa. That's not what OBS is saying.
Yeah, he's going to make himself look. Baker's trying to get a $180 million contract, $400 million contract. You think he wants to look bad?
Well, that would be quite a common sense statement there, because Baker would then be picking and choosing on how he would make himself $100 million. And we don't know if Baker Mayfield has that many options, but it is fascinating. The video that was curated on YouTube by somebody who knows, maybe it was OBS, I don't know if he edited it himself, but it's basically that Odell Beckham Jr. is always wide open. Even though the production's not there and maybe some things happen and we haven't seen Odell be Odell as of late, Baker, for whatever reason, is not getting him the ball. The Browns aren't getting him the ball. And I think me, as an NFL fan, a big-time football fan, I would like to see Odell Beckham be
WR1.
Electrifying Odell Beckham Jr.
Absolutely.
But everybody's calling into question, will that ever happen in Cleveland? What quarterback would be able to make that happen? Green Bay Packers. Would Aaron Rodgers be able to make that happen?
Well, unless it's like a Von Miller situation. I mean, no team's going to pay. Like, unless the Browns are paying 95% of what he's owed, I don't think anyone's going to trade for him. Do you?
I don't. It's a lot of money to be owed.
They could do that. Hey, I don't know what their cap situation's like, but if they feel like it's gotten that bad and the dad and all this
toxic
stuff, they might not want to let this thing roll into the rest of the season.
His cap hit for the season, his pay for the season was 15,750. So
what's that? 7, 8.
Yeah, somewhere.
What's the
7.87?
Split it, half and half. They pay half. The team they trade him to pays half.
So then it's only $3.5 million or whatever, 3.75, whatever the fuck you get it.
Yeah.
You could get rid of that number, I guess. Broncos just proved they could do it yesterday in a collection of picks. Would Andrew Berry want to do that to get Odell, knowing that Odell could potentially go somewhere and become Odell again for the rest of the season? Then, but if it's toxic and OBS is out there, who knows what OBJ's feeling? Trade deadline day is crazy. So Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk says, here's the real question when it comes to OBJ and the Browns. If/when they don't trade him, will they release him tomorrow? Parenthesize, he'd be subject to waivers, and if claimed, they'd be off the hook financially. Fascinating here. I don't know how they'd be off the hook financially. That makes no sense to me. I don't.
If someone actually claims him on waivers,
But nobody's going to claim him on waivers.
Probably not.
Because of the.
But also, he's a vet. He's vested. I don't think he goes through the waivers. He's automatically a free agent once he's cut, right?
No, you go through waivers. You have a 24-hour period where you're on waivers.
Really? No matter how old you are?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so it's true though. If someone did pick up his waiver, then they take on the rest of his salary. So,
but no, which I think is $8.5 million, which is where I got that $8 million number from.
But they don't have to trade. They don't have to trade. Nobody would have to trade for him. They would just have to pick up the salary.
Yeah.
And we got 2 minutes. Ain't nobody. Ladies and gentlemen, 120
seconds. But they could do it tomorrow.
Yeah, realistically, it's probably like it feels like this is one of those things where it can be done at like 6 o'clock.
It doesn't matter if they can release whenever they want.
Yeah,
they don't
4
have
o'clock.
To do it now.
When this is over, they can't trade.
Yeah,
we're getting close. Now we wait.
What if there's a coach trade?
When was the last time that happened?
Wasn't Gruden part of one?
Tampa to Oakland, or Oakland to Tampa?
I think Oakland to Tampa.
Oakland to Tampa.